Hey folks, here I am again. I'm doing another bus modification. Let me show you what I'm doing. Alright, so here's what I'm doing. This is right here is normally where my propane tanks sit, right there on the floor. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting an access hole in the outside wall to get to the tanks. So it'll be, the wall will come down to about right here. The door on the outside will come down to about right here, and it'll have a hinge all the way across the bottom and go up to approximately right there. You see one of my holes drilled right there, and it'll cut down along here, same way over here, and up the top, and that will just drop down, and I can access the propane tanks from there rather than having to pull them out through here. And normally this area right here is packed full of stuff, and I'd rather not have to unload all that stuff to just get to the tanks. And that tank there is fairly heavy when it's full. And then what I'll do is down here on the floor, approximately right here, I'll have an anchor that goes all the way through the floor, and the same thing over here, an anchor that goes all the way through the floor, and I'll have a strap that goes up through these holes and holds it in place. So that way, you know, when I go to make turns and all, it doesn't tip over or come forward when I come to a quick break. Let me show you the outside. Okay, so right there's one hole. There's another hole. That one there actually has to go in about 3 to 4 inches. Same way with the one on top here. Has to go in 3 to 4 inches. And then right there. So I'll just cut across there, down here, and across here. Put a hinge in and have some compression. I think they're turn and compress locks. I'll have a picture on the screen. So all you do is basically turn them. They come in contact. When you do that, the inside part turns down here, and you just push it over center, and it pulls the door in, and then you lock it. And I've ordered 2 locks, and I'll probably go with 4. I'll probably have one here and one over there at the same place, and then probably 2 up top, one here, or one here and one here, just to make sure it stays firm. I don't want any rattling. And then what I'll do is I'll have once this piece is cut out, I'll extend the edges out about that far or so that they overlap on the other piece from the other piece on the bus. And I'll put seal, some rubbery seal inside there, so that when it meets up, it won't have any chance of leaking. But that's the idea, and so let's get to work. Alright folks, this is what I've got so far on my propane access door panel, whatever you want to call it. Had to take the trim off for the moment. It's going to go back on, but it's going to come out to about right here. Magnets just to hold it up. And then I'll chop those rivets off at the end down there. And I'll paint this, the inside of this panel here. I'm making a piece strip that goes along here, all the way to the end. And it's going to be riveted to here, riveted to the bus. And it'll be flared out like that, so that there's virtually no way for rain to get inside, even though I'll have a seal behind here. This thing will be sticking up like this, and it'll cause the rain to go out and then drip off. And then the front one, the reason why I'm doing that is if it's raining and I'm driving, the rain will spray past this edge, even though it'll have a seal also. Right now I'm waiting on what is it, turn and compress locks. I'll have one here, and then probably one up here and one right here. You just turn it, and and then as you squeeze it down, it compresses and pulls it in. So here's the panel I'm talking about, and I'll bend it about right here, just enough for it to come out so the rain can catch or can drip off of it. I also did one for the hinge, so it's going to be sort of like that, so you can see the raised part of it there, so it'll come down about just like that, and that way the rain drips off and doesn't go in the hinge. Well, that's it for this time. Stay tuned to see the final product later, and be safe.